Nothing is impossible to the man that will try. If it has been done before by a human, it is within your reach. Point blank, period. That is it. Anything else we add on to that? Well, my mommy and daddy told me I couldn't. Well, somebody on the internet told me it's impossible. Well, I myself think it's impossible. All of that is extra fluff. Because no matter what you do in life, you are going to have people to tell you it is impossible because they are too scared to try it themselves. Henry Ford, the creator of the automobile, said if I would have asked people what they wanted, they would have said they wanted faster horses. It does not matter what other people are going to tell you what you can and cannot do because they're not the ones doing. The dream is between you and God. That's it. Everybody's always trying to convince everybody in their family about their dream, and I fell victim to this as well. When I started to tell other people that I'm going to move out and I'm going to do all of this and I'm going to start doing social media and write my own books and start training for these Ironman and start all this, they all laughed at me. But I can't expect them to be serious because they haven't done it. Some people literally cannot fathom the type of dreams that some people want to live. So when you tell them it explodes their brain and they literally cannot think it's serious. But I'm not going to fault them for that. And I'm also not going to try to force them to believe in my dream. How does that make any sense? Does it make any sense that you are trying to force everybody in your life to believe in you? You need to show them what there is to believe, and you don't even have to worry about that. All you have to worry about is God has commanded you to do something, just go do it. The unexamined life is not worth living. I want you to think about what you have been told in your future. Think about your insecurities. When you're like 1 year old, you have no insecurities. The only fear you have as a human is loud noises and falling. Those are the only fears you have when you were born. Everything else is something you learn. Your fear of public speaking is something that has been endowed upon you by others telling you you should be scared of it. Your insecurity has been something you learned to be insecure about because somebody told you what to be insecure about. I got told to be insecure in my life. I got told to be scared of speaking to strangers. I got told not to post myself on social media because it's a joke. I got told that it's going to be impossible to move out in this economy. I got told it's going to be impossible to make anything on social media. You get told to be scared of something. That is just adding on to the wound. That's just adding on to your list of insecurities. You have a dream, I promise you. Even if it feels like you don't right now, it's because you've probably labeled on so many, that's impossible, I can't do that, I failed at that in the past. All of this to cover up your dream because now it's in this realm of it's impossible. What is your dream? And if you really want to know, you can go back to what you enjoyed doing when you were a kid. Like actually, what did you enjoy doing? Maybe you enjoyed playing with cars. Maybe you enjoyed drawing. Maybe you enjoyed singing. And that's all you wanted to do all the time. So that's what you did. That's what you need to go back to. While you're being raised, everybody's going to tell you what is safe in life. They're going to tell you, you cannot make money singing. You have to be at the top of your field. Only 1% of singers make any money. So then you begins to rewire how you think. And you say, well, if I could do anything in the world, it would be singing. But I've been told my whole entire life that I can't make money in singing. So I can't do that. That's my dream. I threw it out the window. Now what? What's my dream? You threw it out the window. All you have to do is grab it back. And you have to say, I have to be the top of the field at anything I want to do. That's what everybody always says. Well, if you want to do social media, you have to be in the 1%. You have to be in the 1% to be a good actor. You have to be in the 1% to be a good singer. That's how life works. Everything is a competition. If you want to really just do something that you never have to compete, you have to do nothing. Because you're going to compete in every single thing you do. And we shy away from that competition for some reason when that is essentially what makes a lot of it fun. It's fun to compete. Every single time I post, I am competing with other people in my niche who are posting for attention. Obviously, if I post a bad video, which is something you have to come to grasp with very quickly when you're trying to post on social media, if your video is bad, people won't watch it. That's it. It's not because you're unlucky. It's not because of the algorithm. It's not because you're, what is it called? Shadow banned. It's because your video is not good. It's because it's not grabbing people's attentions. That's it. It's not anything due to luck. So everything you want to do in life, if you want to be a singer or a musician or an actor, or you want to create your own business, obviously you're going to have to be in the top because you're competing with other companies who want it too. So what are you going to do? Because when you look at it, especially now in the rise of AI and everybody telling you that you're going to lose your jobs, which that could be fear-mongering or it could be real. So what are you going to do? It's either you're going to pick a job that might get taken away by AI, or you're going to pick a job that you might get fired from, or you can pick a job that you actually want to do. If you look at it like this, you go to college for 4 years, then you start at the bottom, then you have to work your way up all the way to the top to your corporate job, and then you're finally at the point you wanted to be, but it took 20 years, or you could spend 20 years trying to become the best singer of all time, or become the best artist of all time, or become the best musician of all time. If you put 20 years into something, you are going to be maybe not the best, but one of the best alive. That's just it. Have you ever met somebody who's even spent 1 year directly on doing one singular thing? What you can learn in 1 year is insane, and it exponentially grows the more you begin to learn. So if you actually put yourself fully into something that you thought was impossible, pretty soon you're going to realize it is very possible. And that's why it is so important. That's why there's so many quotes. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. The thing you're too scared to do is the thing that you must do. Because every single time you do something that everything in your body is telling you, please don't do it, please don't do it, please don't talk to that person, please don't talk to that girl, please don't post that on social media, and your body feels like it's going to die, you open up the walls around you. Your world gets a little bit bigger and you begin to get a little bit more confident. You begin to say, well, I thought this was impossible my whole entire life, and then I did it. And I realized that's not impossible. What other things am I thinking of in my life that seem impossible? Some of you may think it seems impossible to go 1 day without watching porn. The second you do that, you open up your realm. The second I ran my first 10 miles, my world on running opened up exponentially. Because a year ago, the longest I've ever ran was like maybe 4 miles. So 10 miles sounded so out of this world. 13 miles sounded so out of this world. A marathon sounded so out of this world until you do it. My first 1 day fast ever. I don't think I ever went over 8 hours without eating something before. So to grasp that I was about to go 24 hours without it seemed impossible until it was done. Before I started posting on social media, I could not fathom how I'm going to come up with content every single day, and it seemed impossible until I did it. And all of those have leveled me up to an unforeseen level that I could not have imagined, and that's all due to God's glory. I promise you that. But as you begin to walk the path becomes clear. What seems so impossible in your life right now? Because I know at one point, something that seemed impossible was making my bed every single morning or vacuuming my room once a week. So what seems impossible to you? You're competing against other people who are in a different world, who have a different life, who have a different calling. You need to compete against yourself. You need to compete against who you were yesterday, and that's it. Losers focus on winners, and winners focus on winning. If you begin to focus on your life will get better. If you continue to still focus on other people's life, your life will get worse. You know, how is your life going to get better if you don't do anything to make it better? It's the same thing if you had a garden. How is your garden going to grow more beautifully, if you only focus on other people's gardens, if you only focus on other people's grass, you need to reap what you sow. That means you need to put something in every single day, and maybe in a year, maybe in 2 years, maybe in 3 years, you will start to see the fruits of all the labor that you put in the past. I'm seeing the fruits of my labor of posting. Now I got hundreds of books read. Now I got tens, maybe 15 notebooks written down in. Now I got thousands of videos of me talking, and I am now seeing the fruits of the labor. I'm now seeing the fruits of the labor of me meditating every single day, and me praying every single day, and me challenging myself every single day, and me relying on God in everything that I do. Now I'm seeing the fruits of my labor, but that didn't happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight, but if you do start walking the path, I guarantee to you, your life will change. That's it. Because in 6 months, you could have 6 months of progress or 6 months of excuses, and the choice is exclusively yours. Thank you guys again. God bless you, and thank you for watching.